started as a math teacher, and I realized that I needed more skills to teach my students. My students weren't learning coding, and coding was what I was hearing in every single meeting I went to. It was what I was hearing from other math teachers that was important, but I didn't know how to code.
Before then, I left university because traditional schooling wasn't for me, and this was my second
I was
chance.
already looking at boot camps. I was looking at schools out west in San Francisco because that's Silicon Valley Tech. They already had like a bunch of established schools. New York was also another one, but the commute was too far and also too expensive. I didn't have like 5,000 for a class out of pocket.
And I was working at a mechanic shop with my uncle. It's a family shop, so we did full restoration. So completely on classic vehicles, and that was my world. That's what I grew up with. So I only knew about cars, and I knew how to repair things like computers, but I was never really technical with computer science. But I was fascinated by technology, and that's what kind of drove me to come here.
So I go to Holberton. It was challenging to say the least. I had limited amount of skills in terms of coding, but what I got and what I met was a whole bunch of people who were helpful, and I'm talking about my team, the fellow students as we journeyed together through foundation. We were challenged, pushed to our limit, and it was great. We had project-based learning, um, and I had to adjust to that. I had to adjust to learning based on projects and not necessarily having one teacher to go to, but relying more on the group. But that's how it is. Also, when I talk to everybody who has a job, that's how it is. It was tough. We had to learn team mentality. We had to understand, well, we understood that if one of us makes it, all of us makes it. And we persisted.
The first day we just got started. Even during the application process, it was coding, which was also fun. But the first day, it was the biggest difference was there was no teachers, no lectures, so everything was more collaborative. The only time collaboration would happen in the classroom, like at UHart, was either when the professor told you to break out into groups, or I would like me and a couple students, a couple friends, we would go to the library, break out a study session. But here, collaboration was happening all the time. So like,
Coming here, I found that being in this environment, this atmosphere, was introducing me to a new type of happiness, a new environment, and I I had really nothing going for me, before. I had nothing going for me, and so yeah, I'm grateful for here, to be here. The journey to me was extremely rigorous, and I'm still going, but I'm grateful for it. Learned so much from it.
Was it difficult? Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough 2 years. It was tough in the beginning because you really had to commit yourself to that time. Though people try and maintain a job, it's difficult to have a job and go to school for anyone, but especially when you're learning a new skill. I think I put in sometimes 12, sometimes 14 hours working at the school because I didn't have a laptop.
I'm on my second internship. First internship I got was web development at a small startup in Boston. It was doing like a web app, and um, it was a rating movie website for diversity in film. Uh, I don't, I got that one because the founder kind of just I resonated with the project well. There's not that many minorities in tech, so her trying to use media to like bring to light representation in film. I kind of like related to that. Like second internship I got because I networked with some kids from Yale.
I'm from New Haven. I lived in Brookside. I was raised in Brookside Avenue. If it doesn't exist, I went to Clarence Rogers. I went to Catherine Brennan. I went to Sheridan. And I stayed in Connecticut. And my hope is that I'll find a job in Connecticut that helps me to further improve my skills, achieve my goals for computing, but also participate in the state that I love. I love the state. I don't want to leave the state to find a tech job.
I'm exactly where I need to be. Yeah, I'm exactly where I want to be, where I hoped I would be after leaving UHart and coming here, trying to find a school that just happened to be 10 minutes away from my house, which was like a Hail Mary. And I caught it with like one hand. Like, it was just perfect.